Lotus. So if you can recall what Lotus stands for, it's lightweight sports car technology. And Lotus is back in South Africa. And we recently drove the Emira, which is possibly one of the last analog sports cars that Lotus will be building. But the future of Lotus is probably not the Emira. They're slowly moving into the electric era, and spearheading that in the hypercar performance is over here. And this is what we call the Evija. This is Lotus's hypercar, which will be available hopefully in South Africa soon. So this is it. This is Lotus's hypercar, the Evija, and it is here. In fact, it's the only one in Africa at the moment, and it is here to commemorate the launch of the Elite World Cup Motorsport Series. Let's get into the performance of this hypercar. It's got 4 electric motors, each one pushing 500 horsepower. 500 horsepower. That's like a sports car multiplied by 4. But what does that mean in terms of total system output? Well, listen to these figures. It's 1,500 kilowatts and 1,704 Newton meters. Now that is incredible numbers. But of course, these need to translate onto the road. So listen to this. 0 to 100 kilometers comes up in just less than 3 seconds. 0 to 300 kilometers. Now, 0 to 300 kilometers comes in at just 9.1 seconds. Now, that is mind-boggling. Mind-boggling. And thinking back at Lotus's F1 exploits, back in 1972, the Lotus Racing team not only won the Drivers' Championship, but also the Constructors' Championship with Emerson Fittipaldi at the wheel. And to commemorate that iconic result, Lotus will be building 8 of these Emerson Fittipaldi Evija models. And one of them is right here in Africa. So what's quite intriguing with the Evija is that there's not quite a lot of spoilers here, but what you have are these air venturis, which channel air through the back into the back of the car. And at 350 kilometers per hour, which is this car's top speed, more than 5,600 liters per second of air travels through these pods. And that alone generates 1,600 kilograms of downforce. So welcome to the interior of the Evija. I really like this LMP1 inspired steering wheel, which obviously has all your buttons in here. But what's even more interesting is this toggle switch for all your driving modes. And much like we've seen in the Emira, you have touring, obviously, for daily driving, and then sport and track. And then, being an EV, on the other end, you have a city mode and a range mode. Of course, this being the Emerson Fittipaldi Special Edition, the black and gold theme can also be found in the interior, as you can see with these events cover accents. And you also have the Fittipaldi signature in the signature gold color. And here on the roof, you've got the 1972 Grand Prix car embroidered onto the roof itself with the number 8, which is pretty cool. And then everything is just, as you can see, quite minimalistic, obviously, to keep the weight down and concentrate in the art of driving. Pretty cool. So having been up close and personal with a Lotus Evija, I think it's quite an impressive piece of kit. I really can't wait to get behind the wheel. So deliveries of this vehicle have already started globally, and none other than Jensen Button has already taken delivery of his own car. We're hoping to see this vehicle in South Africa soon, hopefully. And at a price of 2.5 million British pounds, it's quite steep. But then if you look at the stats and what this car can deliver in terms of performance, I think it's safe to say that the future of the hypercar is indeed in very good hands.